What's up everybody, Brett here, and we are jumping back into our casual Phantom draft here on the new TCG Artifact. And if you watched the first episode, you know we took kind of a tough loss there. I would chalk this loss up to my experience with the cards and just a few misplays that I made, mostly from being inexperienced with the game itself. Not necessarily with card games in general, of course. But we had a fun time. We opened some packs, we drafted a deck that I like quite a bit. I think it's going to do some fun stuff for us. And hopefully we'll make a few less mistakes in the next match. Let's go ahead and try and find someone. And it's been a little while since I played. Let's hope we're fighting a noob just like me. So he has a couple base heroes. So it didn't look like he drafted a lot of heroes in his draft. Let's see how the board shakes out. So we have Tidehunter here. We can give him an additional armor. That might not be bad. It's not really necessary. But a 2 armor Tidehunter is pretty hard to kill. So let's just go ahead and do that. And we can pass. So he has a zombie. So it's called a Death Shield in this game, but I think it's kind of like a Divine Shield is in Hearthstone. It basically gives him a 1 free attack, and then it disappears, and then after that they can die. But if we give Tidehunter a weapon, with this much health and this much armor, he should tear through this lane for us. Unfortunate that we didn't get any minions in that lane. Nice that Bloodseeker here is just going to kill a minion and heal up. That's pretty good. And I don't actually know... Oh god. He has Finger of Death in 4 turns. So this is Lion. I know him from Dota 2. And I think here we're going to play an improvement. For those of you guys who are more familiar with something like Magic, it's very similar to the way an enchantment works. And the one we just played is Trebuchet. So 2 piercing damage to the enemy tower each turn. So we'll get this down turn 1. Seems good. It'll start chunking down the enemy tower. Our opponent chooses not to play anything. And we're kind of going to trade some minions. So this is a very weak hero. If you can keep him alive, he continuously summons minions for you, which seems nice. Of course, we don't have 6 mana yet. So there's really nothing we can do here. And Ogre Magi has multicast, so there's a chance that we could get this back if we played in that lane. So we only have 1 gold, of course we can't get anything. We'll just pass. We're getting 2 minions in the right lane, but so is our opponent. And I feel like we should put Sven here and try and kill Ogre Magi. Not Ogre Magi, I'm sorry, Lion. If we could kill Lion before that Finger of Death comes offline, I mean 8 damage to a unit is huge. And Sven conveniently does 5 damage. Which is quite nice. See what cards we draw. 2 Blood Rages. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. We don't have enough mana yet. So we're just going to trade once again. The trade is favorable for us hero-wise. See there, Trebuchet activates. And it's not our turn yet, but we could look to play something like a Gladi Vandal. And I think we're going to do that, and if we get the option, we'll put him here. And it's good for us, because right now we have the effect of Trebuchet also helping us whittle down the tower. And now they trade. I like that. We have 2 heroes in the center. Seems like quite a good advantage for us. And we're going to be taking out this hero, which is excellent. Unfortunately, we are losing Ogre Magi. Let's see if our opponent decides to do anything. And that's because this hero here... Oh, and he's getting a 10 bounty on him. So he's going to get an extra 10 gold for killing him. That's a pretty good card. Let's see what this guy's name is. Debbie the Cunning. And his ability is deals 2 extra damage whenever he's attacking a hero. So, yeah, and we unfortunately can't save Ogre Magi. He's going to get a ton of gold for this kill, which is good for him. But we get a little gold from killing his hero as well. Alright, how much do we have? 14? I like this Stonehall pike. I think we'll take that. And a town portal scroll is kind of a get out of jail free card for us. I think we're going to leave it, and we're going to take the short sword
10 seconds remaining.
And call that good. Like I mentioned earlier, it'd be nice to get our Tidehunter some support. We don't want to place him there. We want to have a hero in this lane. I think if I put him here, it'll probably place him here. It's a bit random, I do believe. Or we could place him down on the left and we can try and win the center lane as well as the leftmost lane and just stall in the right lane for now. It really comes down to where our opponent decided to place. So, okay. We put our Bloodseeker in front of another hero. Interesting. So he's dealing 7 damage. This is a bounty hunter. Okay. This is actually a decent trade for us. And we can speed up this kill here by equipping him with the pike. So he'll get more and more attack damage as he lives. And we'll see what our opponent does here. Yeah, so he gives him an extra 4 health, which I was kind of expecting and kind of hoping, honestly, because now we can do this, which means they're going to trade once again. And we'll see if he has another way to save him. But this is a fair trade. It's basically a 2 for 2. We each lose a hero. His item sticks around, but yeah, we were just going to straight up lose that there. And we were trying to gain some control over this side of the board. He still has 5 mana. Oh, another track. Very strong. Yeah, and we're just going to call that. We don't want to put too much more into this.
I'll drag all my enemies down.
And it's our initiative, huh? We could do something like give him the sword to pass initiative. Let's see what he does. We want to bait something out of his hand here. And he's not going to kind of take that bait. And I think here we'll just Temple of War. Another improvement. And now I think with Sven just this highly buffed with his cleave, he should be pretty resilient. And that should lead to us winning this lane quite handily. And we're going to take down that tower next turn.
I didn't see you there.
Okay. Trade here. We have nothing that we can do because we don't have a hero in this lane, which is a bit rough.
I'll make the Jasper Circle take notice.
And this has a 2-turn cooldown. So I think he could have used it there to kill that minion and prevent us from trading. Yeah, let's get the maul. And let's also buy the fountain flask. And if he tries to hurt our Tidehunter, we'll just heal him back up with his huge HP pool. I could see that being very strong. And I think, man, we just don't have the resilience that we need in this lane. If Tidehunter was going to be placed here, that would be fine because he can take a turn or 2 to get hit by that dude, but he just does too much damage. And getting Ogre Magi matched up against him might be fine. And to help us win this as well, We can call the reserves. A buddy of mine who plays this quite a bit has told me that you don't actually... the multicast chance here on Ogre Magi does not apply
Let's show 'em what we can
to
do.
improvements, which makes sense to me. Okay, he's swapping his neighbor around. He's trying to keep Lion alive so that he can do the Finger of Death, I'm sure. And we can do something like Kraken Shell. Oh, does this only work on a red hero? It does. Okay. And I think we're going to use it on Tidehunter. I foresee him getting shocked very soon. And we're going to save the Red Mist Maul. I think this is fine. Next turn we should kill him. Oh, Dimensional Portal. We have this card in our deck as well. Our tower is still relatively healthy. And our opponent seems to have nearly conceded this lane. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to give Bloodseeker the Red Mist Maul. So now whenever we smack the tower, he's going to do a ton of damage to it. He's going to draw a card off this Potion of Knowledge. And yeah, we're just going to pass here. Any damage that we do is just going to go over. It's not going to carry over to the 80 health core. But now we're hitting the core for huge damage next turn. And this is fine. If we manage to kill this hero, I'll be happy. Because they're doing next to nothing in this lane. Okay, nice pick there. He saves his minion. He does 2 more damage to us. But if he wants to get out of this, it's kind of a bad situation to lose this hero for this minion. Kind of opens up this lane.
It's a dangerous
Yeah,
place
I
out
expected
there.
something like that. We'll just continue to pass. And we have almost no gold, so we can't do anything. And we're going to continue to contest this lane. Because if we lose 2 towers, I think we're just done. And yeah, he's going to overload that flank. Which is what I expected. Yeah, we did 1 damage to everyone. Thanks to Ignite. And now we have Dimensional Portal, which we are certainly going to play. And we did. We got the multicast, so that's pretty sweet. And Lion used his Finger of Death to kill Bloodseeker to keep himself alive. And I think this round, to prevent ourselves from having the chance to get our tower destroyed, we're going to try and stun them. And we did. So that worked out quite nice. See what our opponent decides to do. Yeah, I expected him to fully heal that. And we are going to fully heal him. So they're kind of little tango dance that they've been doing. They're going to keep doing it for another turn. Now it's still in our favor.
I feel safer already.
Okay, that changes things a bit. But I think we're still fine. Next turn they're all going to take 1 damage again. We can play another Dimensional Portal. We'll have 8 mana. Hopefully we play it again and it triggers off a multicast 1 more time. And then we can play it twice. That seems pretty strong.
Surges like the tide.
There we go. Doing big damage. And I think here we want to play Disciples of Nevermore. So now we're doing a ton of damage. We're a lot weaker, but now our opponent's on a 2-turn clock. So, one more turn and we've got him dead there. Unfortunately, we can't do anything in this lane. But we're not dead yet. He has to play something that can kill it. And I'm not sure that he can't. I mean, he only needs 2 damage. You can also activate the Vestments to heal up. Debbie, I think its name is. And he's passing. So, yeah, we survive another turn. And we're going to buy this because I think this is the last turn. Whatever else happens. Still not getting lucky with our minion placements. We needed minions to go here. So our opponent has the initiative. See what they do. Alright, pick up a kill. Waiting on the opponent. And here we go. Dimensional portal. We did not get another copy. Okay, I just figured out how to scroll down, thankfully. And apparently we're alive. Oh god, he summons 3 more.
I need your aid.
Okay. And I don't think there's anything we can do here. I think we're losing this tower. So, if that's the case, yeah, I just don't think there's anything we can do. We just have to win in the center lane this turn. Hope that our opponent can't just wipe us. Otherwise, we're going to lose on the following turn in the 3rd lane.
I'll feast on my enemies. Fight with honor.
So I think we have lots of ways we can win this.
Let the blood flow free.
Just make sure we have the damage. And I think this means that we win. I think that's like a checkmate symbol. Alright, so we get to win. I was kind of discouraged after our first loss, to be honest, because I misplayed so badly, misreading some of the cards. But as I said, I talked to a buddy of mine. He kind of watched the video for me, let me know what the mistakes that I made. But we also agreed that on that last turn, there was a bit, something strange there. One of my cards was locked, but it did not have the kind of locked symbols. And that really threw me for a loop. I'm not sure if that's working as intended, if it's a bug, or if you're just supposed to assume that those 2 cards are locked. But one of them had like the padlock symbol and the other one did not. So this is kind of dangerous here. See if our opponent has any early plays. Yeah, this is the card that messed us up a lot. I had no idea how to cast this card, and I'm still not quite sure. Okay, Heroic Resolve. We're just going to pass here. They're going to hit each other, but I'm going to heal up after.
I won't fall so easily.
Never mind. So he gave himself 2 health. And I mean, he's using a lot of his cards. Choose a unit in another lane. God, I have no idea how this works. We could do something like this.
15 seconds remaining.
And yeah, that's how it's supposed to work. So thankfully we did it right. And I got to catch it on camera. I'm not a complete imbecile. I still think, even though I just did it correctly, I still think the wording is kind of tricky. I've played Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Hearthstone, Gwent, Hex, and wording is something that's always very important. And this is a very new game. I'm sure they'll get better at that as time goes by. So let's use Ignite early on, get that rolling. It's a pretty awesome effect, and if we can get something like Conflagration later, we'll be able to wipe the board pretty conveniently. So here's Phantom Assassin. When she's attacking a hero, she does +4 damage. So that's pretty scary. She can chunk down Tidehunter pretty fast. We have no gold. We'll skip it. Alright, Big Sven. Where are we going, Sven? I kind of honestly, he's put Heroic Resolve on him. I feel like we're doing great in the center lane, and we could be doing well in the rightmost lane. So let's bring... Let's bring... I'm not sure if we can choose where we put him. I think it's just random. I think we can decimate the center lane, but then we'll be competing for the outside lanes. And if we want to compete, I think we want to compete here. But I'm just hesitating because I don't want to put double red heroes in one lane.
Remaining.
But I think we're going to have to. Alright, let's see what he does. We have nothing we can do, obviously. No heroes in lane. But thankfully we're not taking any damage on our towers. Yeah, I was going to say, if I was him, I'd probably just pass. You're winning the lane.
Death comes for you.
Nice. What are we going to do now? What can we do? We can place the Aglati Vandal. Or better late than never. See what our opponent does. We'll base our decision on what they do. The Aglati Vandal in this position, he'll do 4 damage to the tower. That's great. Then he'll kill the minion for us, which is also good. And then he'll still be there. So, I mean, that's a lot of advantage to get off of one unit. But I would like to also try and take advantage of our multicast. So, while we still have it, let's use that and see if we get lucky. And we did not, so that's a bit unfortunate. It's basically like drawing a free card. It's only a 25% chance, but when it happens, it's pretty big. And now Sven is, of course, fighting Phantom Assassin, which is just horrible for us. We can give him God Strength, then they'll trade, which is fine. Or actually, he'll kill her, but he'll be down to 1 health. Assuming, of course, our opponent does not do anything, which I find that hard to believe. So close to killing him that if he has anything at all, I'm sure he'll use it. Actually, of course, we can't play God Strength. We don't have enough mana. What am I talking about? Yeah, there we go.
It's not personal.
No accident. And we can't do anything. I was hoping he would spawn on a different side. I think it is random. If you're experienced with this game and you know better, let me know in the comment section whether or not your hero placement itself is random. And yeah, we're going to buy that rifle for sure. It's a strong ability. And I hate to keep feeding heroes to a Phantom Assassin, but I think that's what we're going to do. And now we can use things like Blood Rage. Please don't put him right in front of the Phantom Assassin. Because even this little weak minion can kill her right now. Oh my god, of course it did. And we got another Ignite and a Trebuchet, so I like that. These are things we could play in the rightmost lane. We could put the Trebuchet down in the rightmost lane, and we could put another Ignite down in the center lane. So they'll be taking 2 damage a turn in the center lane, which seems pretty strong. That should help us keep the board clear. We have some very powerful cards in our deck that we're not quite seeing. Okay, probably a good move. Just conserve your cards.
Not very impressive.
And you know what? In this position, yeah, we're gonna play Ignite like once again in the center lane.
My favorite part is when we light everything on fire.
And it's our opponent's turn. Let's see what they do. But honestly, considering giving the musket to him, but I think it would take 2 turns to come off of cooldown. I don't think it's off of cooldown the first turn it's played. We'll find that out. With double Ignite in this lane, we should be able to win it eventually. Beast Hunter has a lot of health, which is pretty hard to deal with. But Trebuchet only cost 1, and we can also play the Aglati Vandal, and I think that'll be fine. We're going to play the musket here, probably on Tidehunter, and see if we can't shoot the Phantom Assassin and take her out. Hopefully nothing happens to our Bloodseeker in the meantime. If this is on cooldown as it comes into play, then I mean it really doesn't change anything. We'll still have a high health Tidehunter. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we can play that right now. Okay. So now we can use it. Yeah, back to save. I think I double clicked on the wrong thing. So there we go. So now we don't lose our Bloodseeker. That was very close. I like that. It's like, hey noob, what are you doing? But we're winning this now. And if our opponent doesn't play anything, we're just going to start running over them. Yeah, so here we go. Trebuchet. And we're going to push this advantage. They pass once again. We're going to play our Vandal.
The tower will fall.
And now they're feeling the hurt in this lane. And we have this cool weapon that can help us to knock them down. So even now, yeah, we can expose the tower or the core next turn. And I'm going to hold on to my gold just a bit more. And we can get some cool items like our Book of the Dead. And here I think we want to continue to contest the center lane. Unfortunately, we didn't get any minions in the center lane. But 1 minion here should stall, and then 1 minion here should help us assure that we are able to take down the tower this turn. But we have 6 mana this turn in this lane, so we can either God Strength or Blood Rage, depending. And this is a modification, so this is a 1-turn effect, but this will make Sven a 9-attack hero, which is pretty sweet. Okay, call the reserves. We got nothing. See what they do. Having this placed here is nice. He's blocking Sven, taking away some of that damage on our tower. That's a really good minion, I guess you would call him. Creep. He changes the clock significantly. And he's pretty difficult to kill. He has 2 armor and 7 health. He's essentially like a hero. Take that. Man, that feels good. Okay. So, with only 6, I think if we silence Bloodseeker, he loses his Bloodbath, which is an ability we don't really want to lose. And unfortunately, Sven's Cleave attack is not as useful there, but I think we're going to
15 seconds remaining.
And that's the problem. He still has armor. Let's just modify Sven. This is a nice turn to do it. They'll attack each other, he'll heal, and then next turn we can make the call whether or not we want to use Blood Rage. And we'll also have an extra mana to modify Sven if we so desire. They'll also all take 2 damage next turn, so depending what he plays. If I was the opponent, I would be very worried about committing too heavily into this lane with double ignite going on. We also have the card, I think it's called Conflagration, which I think does 2 damage every turn. So if we get that, and we're able to put in a... oh, what is this? We have one of these. The equipped hero has +4 health. Whenever an opponent draws a card, give that card 1 lock. Yeah, that's a pretty brutal effect. Okay. It also gave him health, which sucks. And now he has a lot of... oh, God. Yeah, we would have played this lane completely differently had we known he was going to invest so much resources, or so many resources, rather, into Tidehunter. But we'll see how the next turn shakes out. And I have no idea how our opponent is going to get out of this. So we're going to pass. All of our resources intact. We expose the core. And here we go. So the race is on. And yes, something like the vestments will be nice. I wish we had 1 more gold. The Ring of Tarask is quite good. If we could get that on Sven, it could help us hold down the center lane. But here we go. Yeah, we're going to put our blue hero in the center lane and probably play Call the Reserves. As well as Kraken Shell on Sven. As well as giving Sven the vestments. Well, we may give Sven the vestments. We have to, yeah, we needed to see where we were going to get our Ogre Magi landed. Oh, that's a beautiful card. They're also locked, which is worth knowing, thanks to the Tidehunter. That's a pretty sweet item. We have one of those in our deck as well. Our core is now exposed, but we're kind of a turn ahead, so to speak. And our lane is a heck of a lot scarier. Yeah, gotta love that. Okay. Let's give Sven some armor and the ability to heal. And he's going to be doing big damage for us to Tidehunter as well. Oh, and he stuns. Okay, that kind of sucks. So Tidehunter is not taking that damage now. And we're not killing these minions. But luckily, we did not play Call the Reserves first, or else there would have been a good chance that our minions would have been stunned as well. Can we not play? So if he's stunned, can we not play red cards? That's kind of what it looks like. But I would like to give him 1 more armor, kind of just for the heck of it. We really want to win this round. We also would have been able to heal had he not been stunned. But we should have seen Ravage coming, of course.
I get better every day.
So he's giving someone +2 attack. I think that was Tidehunter. No, it was so we can't use it. The hero is stunned. Yeah, I don't like that at all. If the hero of the color is stunned, we can't play spells of that color. That seems a bit strange to me. I think the fact that the hero cannot attack or use its items or its abilities is enough of a downside, but not even being able to play my spells of that particular color seems a bit overkill. But either way, I mean, we're stalling this lane, and we have the double ignites. I mean, eventually we're going to win this lane. Tower has 2 retaliate. That's a nice effect. So whenever we hit the tower, we're going to take damage. So now Ogre Magi takes 2. That's pretty strong. Next turn we won't be stunned though, and we can start healing. And it sucks that this is still on the battlefield because, oh, and phase boots. He can move him to another. He can switch positions with another ally. Okay, he's just playing stuff just to play it at this point.
You're only standing because I allow it.
Unfortunately, Ravage is a bit useless here. There's also no minions in this lane to take advantage of our musket. But we can certainly give some more damage in this lane. And start to change the clock here. And we can do it again next turn as well. Another Blood Rage. Yeah, we don't have a lot of gold. We just need to take what we can get. And we will play Bloodseeker in the center lane. We just need to stall long enough to take out this core here. And we can use Friendly Fire this turn. Make these two kill each other, I believe. So these should both be locked. Yes, they are. Unfortunately. Okay, he's picking up Sven. Interesting choice. Alright, so he's not trying to win through the core, he's trying to win by taking down two towers. A good move. So our core is safe, we just need to not lose. Alright, this is kind of like our moment here. I think we just make these two kill each other.
Seconds remaining.
I think he won't die because of his armor. So let's make these two fight. The Tidehunter dies. We get our Friendly Fire back. That's pretty sweet. And we can...
I'll make this quick.
Why is he still dying? Okay, they killed Sven. That sucks. Oh, he's still attacking us. Okay. But how is he doing 7 damage? Oh, because he's attacking the tower. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, I understand what's happening now at least. And next turn, they should all be wiped. Unless he switches.
The forest has made me
Okay.
resilient.
I think this pierces. Yeah, so we don't have to worry about this. At the beginning of the next turn, they should both die. So now... Pretty sure all we can do another Blood Rage here.
The flame twins give me aid.
Just continue to make the clock go faster. Unfortunately, our Bloodseeker is not hitting core like we need him to. But that's all we can do. So yeah, we lost out on 7 damage there. Man. Not really getting the items we needed. We could have used some cheap combat style items there. We also have no heroes to place. And we haven't really drawn any of our bombs. And even if we do, unfortunately, actually their Tide Hunter's not on the field anymore, so we don't have to worry about having our stuff locked down. So there's Conflagration. It's a little late. And we just need to pass. Alright, thank goodness. Let's see what our opponent does. There may be a way. Can we keep him alive? What's his full HP total? 7. So even if we heal him, he still dies. We can use friendly fire to force these guys to attack each other. We can make Sven attack him. He'll die.
I'm always ready for someone to come at me.
Okay, he gave him the bracers. We don't have any equipped heroes though. So that was an interesting choice. Now I just think we make them fight each other. Okay. It's our opponent's move. Let's see what he does. Their tower does still have Retaliate, which is kind of rough. I wish we had just a bit more mana. Conflagration would be awesome to get down. 4 damage a turn at the beginning of each turn to the lane. I don't see how we could lose a lane with that. I think had we not put both of our Ignites in the same lane early on, this battle would pretty much be over. And I think that's it for us. And we'll look to heal up Ogre Magi with our healing salve. So 2-turn clock here. And our opponent doesn't seem to be contesting it at all. I'm not sure if they could, even if they wanted to. And I think we forward charge. Actually, can we play both? I think blind or blood range silences. So maybe we need to play that first. And then we'll play forward charge. I'm not sure if silence would have removed the effect. And I think giving them +2 siege does more damage. Unless I'm reading that wrong. Could certainly be reading that wrong. Could have been a wasted card, but either way, I don't think there's going to be another opportunity to use that. Crypt Hero has 8 health. View the board. Okay, let's buy this Cloak of Endless Carnage and Potion of Knowledge. Alright, and we get 2 heroes, and I know where they're going. Unless our opponent can do like an extra 50 damage in the left lane, I think we've got this on lock. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. Significantly more well thought through plays here. Like I said, I think my big mistake last game was, or last video rather, was going into this without much experience and then having all of those misplays. I think honestly drawing a card here is just going to come in locked, I believe. Yeah, so that kind of sucks. Should have anticipated Tidehunter coming back this turn with that ability. So let's just use it now. There's no real, I don't think there's any upside to it or downside. But if we need to use it, let's use it now while the initiative doesn't really matter. And then we'll pass. Take a big hit, but I think we've got this game, guys.
It's okay to be frightened.
See what our opponent can do, if anything. Okay. That's a nice play. We'll heal our Magi. That's a free effect. And he's the only one that needs it. I should say they. 2 heads. We put down the turret. I think we're definitely going to put down conflagration. Said I think the game's over, but that's something we should probably do anyway. What the heck? I'm not super sure what just happened, but it's okay. I think that was my opponent trying to make a move.
I needed this.
And that's a pretty sweet item to get on a Bloodseeker, because they do heal to full after every combat. So, yeah, having him heal to full is nice. It's a lot more health gain than if he only has like 7. He already has decent attack. And we can play both of these, and we certainly will. Well, we'll play Conflagration. We'll think about playing something else. So our opponent concedes here. Kind of them to save us the time. But yeah, 2 wins in a row for us, guys. And I think we're going to call it for today's video. It's about 45 minutes. That's pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and get back to menu. But yeah, so my first run, I mean, this is a pretty good percentage, 66% win rate on my first 3 games. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. Subscribe if you haven't already, please. Let me know if you like the videos. Hit the thumbs up button if you do. And leave a comment if you saw a play that I could have made better. I think I noticed most of the little nuances, maybe a little bit after the fact. So I don't know if I made any major mistakes, but maybe I did. Let me know if you're a more experienced player and you saw something that I did not. But anyway, guys, we're going to pick this up tomorrow and try and knock out the rest of the draft. I hate to kind of leave on a winning streak. So, yeah, cross my fingers that doesn't come back to bite me. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett, and I will catch you in the next one. Take it easy.